The political crisis and the anger of people in the South American nation Peru does not seem to abate. The disenchantment, resentment and hostility in Peruvians against the current regime is growing, and the country seems to be figuratively engulfed in a raging inferno. Just yesterday, in the freshly erupted violence, at least 17 people were reported to be killed near Juliaca airport when they tried to overrun it. Juliaca, located on the border with Bolivia, has been lately a hotbed of anti-government protests. An open-ended strike was declared there on January 4th as well. The latest violence comes in the backdrop of a political stalemate that has gripped the nation since last few months. In this video, we decode why people in this South American nation are out on the streets indulging in arson and ransacking, and what are their demands. But before that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to One India. The violence is related with the transitioning of political power in the country, which many thought would be seamless, but which actually turned out to be chaotic along with the process falling apart. In December, the government was forced to declare a 30-day state of emergency besides suspending the right of assembly and free movement. The vandalism had started when former President Pedro Castillo was forced out after he attempted to suspend Congress. The suspension of the Congress was being done by him in an effort to avoid impeachment for moral incapacity, a charge stemming from multiple corruption allegations. He had then announced that he would be ruling by decree under emergency powers and had called for new legislative elections. But in a matter of hours, Castillo's illegal attempt to take over the country fell apart. His best ministers deserted him immediately, denouncing his coup, and political allies, the armed forces, the police and even his lawyer followed suit. Castillo attempted to seek asylum in the Mexican embassy, but his own security detail diverted his car to a police station where he was detained and later charged with rebellion. Meanwhile, the Congress skipped the debate and moved straight to an impeachment, voting overwhelmingly to remove him. Following this turn of events, Castillo's vice president, Dina Boluarte, was sworn in as the new president. She is the first ever female president of the country, and Castillo, on his part, had denied the charges of rebellion and conspiracy. His forced ousting sent shockwaves through the strongholds in the rural Andes and poorer neighborhoods in the capital. His supporters accused the Congress of staging a coup against their leader, who was the first member of Peru's impoverished rural poor to become the president. Castillo was born to parents who were illiterate farmers in a rural region without sewerage and without access to healthcare and schools. In fact, he had ran his campaign on the slogan, "No more poor people in a rich country," and had promised to improve the country's economy and reduce its chronic inequality. And that is why he was popular among the rural and poor in Peru. They feel he is one of their own. But the fundamental problems driving the unrest is deep-rooted. There is an abysmal gap between the powerful capital Lima and much of the rest of the country, which identifies with Castillo and feels neglected by its institutions and with its hugely unpopular Congress. To add to this is the rising food and fuel costs in Peru and a nascent fifth COVID wave. All these are expanding the scope of the protests and the clashes. The demonstrators are demanding that former President Castillo be released from detention first of all. They also want Dina Boluarte to step down and the Congress to be reformed. And these are the reasons why Peru is burning. We hope you would like this new video. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe to One India channel and never miss an update.